abazirwanako twekolamu ssaako gye bayita Luweero Triangle Veterans Ssaako okusobola okwekulaakulanya. Era tukusaba registered, era tukusaba otuyambire omwo tugirina Luweero Triangle Veterans Ssaako. Mukama wange omwaka oguwedde ku nkomerero y'omwaka oguwedde ne mu ntandikwa ya guno twafiirwa abantu bano wammanga. Omugenzi Charles Ndiwa Kyamaswet ow'Ebukwo, omugenzi Meja Sulaiman Serunjoji ow'Essemuto, Mzee Edward Isanga ow'Engoma, Emmanuel Kafuniza ow'Ibanda, Nalongo Bazizane Grace ow'Engoma. Naye tukwebaza olw'okubaziika obulungi. Twebaza ne General Nalweyiso olw'okumusindikiranga message n'addamu nti abantu abo bafudde tugende tubaziike, kubanga okuziikibwa kwaffe kutukwatako kinene nnyo. Weebale kubaziika abantu baffe n'okujjanjaba kyeyamaani waffe Haji Seddunga, Sekuritale, Sekamatte n'abalala, Mukulu Muwanga. Sebo weebale nnyo, weebalire ddala okujjanjaba abantu baffe. Naye eddwaliro erya Grade B hospital watugamba okugendamu enteekateeka oba formula gye tutamanyi etutwalayo, naye tebannatwaniriza. Abagezaako okugendayo basanga negativity, basanga babagamba nti nedda enkola teriiwo wano. Tukwebaza olw'okuvaayo, kino kyekisembayo n'oyogeza obukambwe ku buli bw'enguzi. Naye ffe tukusaba ng'abazirwanako bottom line mutufunireyo essomo erisomesa empisa n'obuntu bulamu mu universities zaffe, kubanga omuntu abeera omulamu tteke ng'obulamu bumutta ate yabba essente z'abalwadde, abeera kkuse nnyo ng'olubuto lumuli mu mannyo ate yabba essente z'abalumwa enjala, atatudde mu paalamenti yajja n'asayininga essente nga yagibaddemu. Sebo omuntu bw'aba yasomesebwa okuba n'ensonyi ateekwa okutya n'agamba bino bikwasa ensonyi. Weebale nnyo, weebalire ddala. Tusembayo nga twebaza, weebale nnyo kutuddiza minisita waffe Alice Kalamuzi Kaboyo olw'ensonga kati abadde ategedde buli masoso ga Luweero Triangle nga n'abantu abamanyi, era tukwebazizza nnyo, weebale kumutuddiza n'okwebaza abatesiteesi b'omukolo guno kule ofisi eya pulezidenti okutuwanga omwaganya guno netwogera eri eggwanga. Mukama wange n'ebigambo ebyo mbaagaliza omukolo omulungi. Mukama atusinkanyizza olwaleero, addamu atusinkanye. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ku lwa Katonda n'ensi yange kigunduka abantu ku lwa Haji Idrisa Seddunga, national chairman w'abazirwanako. Weebale nnyo, weebalire ddala.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Please allow me to invite Honorable Alice Kalamuzi Kaboyo, the Minister of State, Office of the Prime Minister, in charge of Luweero Triangle.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament, Your Lordship, the Chief Justice, the Right Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable Ministers present, representatives of the armed forces present here, the war veterans represented by Mzee Nume, members of the religious leaders here, members of State House staff. Your Excellency and all invited guests, I warmly welcome you to the 37th National Heroes Day virtual celebration. It is an honor for me to sit here virtually today to celebrate the courageous veterans who sacrificed their lives to positively shape the history of this nation. Your Excellency, on behalf of our gallant veterans, allow me to congratulate you upon your re-election and the continued trust bestowed upon you to lead our country. I thank the people of Uganda for once again reaffirming their confidence in your visionary leadership and commitment to the transformation and prosperity of our nation. Your Excellency, permit me to also express my deepest gratitude for the confidence you have once again entrusted in me through my reappointment as Minister of State for Luweero Triangle, having had the privilege to serve in this docket in the previous term. I am humbled by your trust, and I remain fully committed to the pursuit of our shared national goals. Uganda has made great strides towards socio-economic transformation and human development. However, the road has not been easy given the long history of insecurity and socio-economic instability of the past. We therefore appreciate you, Your Excellency, for the great sacrifice and that of other gallant sons and daughters of Uganda, some of whom paid with the ultimate price of blood to restore the political, social, and economic sanity in a country once haunted by bad leadership. Your Excellency, in your wisdom and foresight, you established the Ministry of Luweero Triangle. This was with passionate intention to redress the socio-economic effects of the liberation struggle. Through the Office of the Prime Minister, the Ministry continues to support civilian veterans and communities within the Luweero Triangle, Rwenzori and Busoga sub-regions. This current financial year, 2025-26, we have, number one, continuously mobilized, organized and engaged civilian veterans. Your Excellency, I have some clip here. I wanted some of these issues I'm talking about to be running. I don't know whether it is possible because our heroes are at home watching this. A total of 250 income-generating enterprises have so far been supported with grants through the micro-projects program. Your Excellency, as you may recall, you guided me to visit our people in their homesteads, establish their living conditions, and how best they can be supported. Besides household income and old age-related illnesses, Your Excellency, some of our gallant veterans are living in very deplorable conditions. Given the meager resources at hand, I deemed it wise to enter into partnership with NEC to construct low-cost houses for our people. We have so far in total constructed 16 houses, and the beneficiaries of these are Yoram Chisuze, Nakabare Sempa, Sam Rutamaguzi, the son of Didian, Nyindo Muluka, Dodoviko Galimpitawa, Namwandu Sepuya, and Kazungu Antonio, all of Nakasero district. Sarongo Lulika, Kagwa Isa, and Kakonge Paul, all of Luweero district. The family of late Rwanyaga of Wakiso, the family of Peter Mpi Mauku Kazimoto of Budaka, Samuel Sejemba of Mukono, Esther Tumwine of the Karuhanga family in Barara, late Musoke Francisco of Isinjiro, and Ruthi Tungo of Kabarore. Your Excellency, during the last celebration, you guided that we should focus on providing materials like iron sheets and cement if the veterans can lay bricks themselves. Lessons learned from this approach revealed practical challenges. The limited shelf life of cement resulted in wastage before utilization, which some beneficiaries were unable to use the materials for the intended purpose. Consequently, we refined the approach to ensure greater efficiency and value for money. We continue to give iron sheets to carefully assessed beneficiaries whose houses have reached roofing stage and who demonstrate readiness to utilize the support immediately. As you may recall, Your Excellency, I undertook an assessment of critical education of infrastructure that played a significant role during the liberation struggle. The assessment report was subsequently submitted to Ministry of Education and Sports for consideration and intervention. As we wait for the Ministry's response and implementation of the recommended interventions, we have within our limited resources supported the construction and rehabilitation of selected educational facilities as an additional measure to bridge existing infrastructure gaps. Some of these schools that we supported were destroyed by the war. The beneficiaries institutions include Buhuhira Primary School in Kasese District, Ngoma Church of Uganda Primary School in Nakasero District, Chikube Church of Uganda Primary School in Ruwero District, Chitumba Primary School in Fort Portal, Katebwa High School in Bunyangabu, Kasude Primary School in Wakiso, Namakebe Primary School in Buvuma. In the spirit of affirmative action, we have also constructed classroom blocks in Busoga sub-region, and the beneficiary of these are Irapa Primary School in Buyende District, Rambara Primary School in Ruka District, and Naguji Primary School in Namayingo District, Namayembe Primary School in Bujiri District, Bwonda Primary School in Mayuge District, Nababiri Primary School in Kamuli District, Naguji College in Namayingo District, Nawansangwa Primary School in Namutumba, and Kiwa Nabusi Primary School in Kaliro. We have paid a one-off gratuity, Akasimo, to 13,681 veterans, bringing it to a cumulative total number of 93,514 civilian veterans. We have also distributed a total of 68,843 iron sheets for vulnerable households and institutions in Ruwero, Wenzori, and Busoga sub-regions. While we celebrate these achievements, we acknowledge that our work is not yet complete. The heroes we honor today did not sacrifice for Uganda to remain stagnant. They sacrificed so that the future generation could achieve more and build a prosperous nation anchored on unity and shared progress. Your Excellency, in line with your call of Chisanja, no more sleep, to service delivery and socio-economic transformation, the Ministry shall intensify community mobilization across sub-regions to ensure that every household participates in wealth creation, productivity, enhancement, and national development. The Ministry's focus will shift from supporting activities to delivering measurable improvements in household incomes, employment, enterprise growth, and community prosperity in a bid to accelerate the transition of communities into a higher middle class income. This coming financial year 26-27, we have prioritized the following: mass mobilization and support of communities within the Ruwero, Rwenzori, and Busoga sub-regions to actively participate in wealth creation initiatives like the PDM, Emioga micro projects, and other government programs. We will strengthen coordination, monitoring, and supervision of the implementation of government programs to ensure tangible improvement in household incomes, service delivery, and community livelihoods. The Ministry will organize regional think tank clinics and transformation forums where the academia, technocrats, the wananchi, and other stakeholders convene to deliberate on issues affecting their communities. This is in a bid to come up with practical local solutions. We will offer support to civilian veteran families and other organized groups that are currently not benefiting from PDM to establish and expand viable income-generating enterprises. We will continue to support civilian veterans recognition of their patriotic contribution to Uganda liberation struggle. This will be in accordance with the established guidelines and available resources. Your Excellency, following your directive that other groups like those of Rwenzururu, Lakwena victims be paid a kasimo like those of the Ruero, we have already received verified lists of these categories. Your Excellency, we also seek your guidance on how to handle the not yet approved veterans who have been petitioning and exerting pressure for consideration. My prayer, Your Excellency, is that funds for these emerging groups be identified and paid at once so that we resolve this matter once and for all. This would help us avoid challenges that we have experienced in the past with the main scheme of Akasimo. In addition, we will develop model veteran households and veteran-led enterprises like poultry, coffee, production, fish farming, saving groups, and other enterprises, Your Excellency. In line with your guidance, Your Excellency, that land be secured around Migade area for the establishment of a museum and heritage center, I have successfully identified 60 nearby. Your Excellency, I seek your approval and support to facilitate the acquisition of this land to enable us to collect, document, preserve, and showcase the rich history of our liberation heritage and national history. the limited resources available. This underscores the importance of effective coordination and mobilization aimed at complementing government efforts to ensure that affirmative action interventions achieve meaningful and sustainable impact. My prayer, Your Excellency, is that this budget be enhanced. You said it last Heroes Day, Your Excellency, you promised to look into it, to enable us to reach and transform as many homesteads and communities as we can. Your Excellency, as we embark on the new term, I reaffirm my total commitment to serving our people with diligence, integrity, and results. The work ahead remains significant, but so is our determination to ensure that no house is left behind. Together, let us protect the gains. Together, let us answer the call of no more sleep. Together, let us make the qualitative leap into a high middle income Uganda. I wish to express my gratitude to the organizers of this virtual celebration for carefully planning it despite the Ebola threat at hand. I thank you all and may God bless you for God and my country.
Your Excellency, please allow me to call upon the Minister in
Uganda, mwetebekanisize obu nibwo bwire bwo kucamukana sente omukazi anakari kubasa kuhindura amagara gawe ubwo rikoresa shiringi 20,000 zonka.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, ni mugamba chikani mbatanjira on program chamukana sente Razak Banks the truck driver mvugiwe pango ni mbana aragaramu every single Sunday wari bazaba shaisha tunechweka otima yangu akasente nikabaka aragaramu. I'm telling you, let us call that number tumurebe omuhanguzi witu where is Zoba owemitwaro makono. You could also be a lucky winner. Just go into your phone. Katerebo muhanguzi witu where is Zoba. Hello. Yes, hello, asibo tasebo. Amazina ganje ne banyeta Razak Banks MC the truck driver kuluga aha TV Westi.
Joni kuleba live.
Oriono ndeba live.
Yego.
Nubakwetoha.
John Bosco Nyakizi Kakoba.
John Bosco Kuruganyakizi Kakoba.
Yes sir.
John Bosco Kuruganyakizi Kakoba okazana chamukana sente.
mazima naganiriza mu kacete
ninyenda kumanyisa ngo niwe muhanguzi witwe uw'emitwaro 50 shaheji
mese tunagirebire
masaji wagirebire
kare
yaragaramu
wandi
amasomero akatakura feeling
amatenabonye mazima techo
mbwenu tarindaho terasta bibiracatu na munana star ishatu star 10 hash oyegito mukazano bwahati akarone kagambwaho buri hamwe
ombere kwijejuba
empaka zo kuronda muhinji arakizayo omu Uganda ziryaha oramanya muhinji ningo mulisa arongera mutinda musharuro ye alejumbera mu kuhangahanga akaleta empinduke nunje mu bantu obu nibwo bwire bwo kumutorana niyo vision akwatanise na embassy ya Netherlands nabo barakolengana nabo eriera rongora enkora birungi omuryo buhinji no bulisa ne chemba guiguga ne chansirinje miliyoni 150 hamwe n'uruzinduko buri kimwe cyona cyashurigwe okuza Netherlands habwa abahinji n'abalisi 13 abarabembera bando mu mpaka eza Best Farmers Awards okumutorana leta baruha hari office yona ya Vision Group omwihanga ninga sindika SMS Uganda's Best Farmers ota izina ryeye enamba yesimu yeye oyohera zari 9338 abahinje n'abalisa nimwe murabasa kwetorana zishashishwe DFCU Bank KLM Royal Dutch Airlines na Caudice okulongora abalisa n'abahinje abaleta empinda hinuka mu Uganda.
And advances steadily towards prosperity. This year's theme, Protecting the Gains, as we make our qualitatively into middle-income status, challenges every Ugandan to become a hero in their own sphere of responsibility. With the continued implementation of parish development model, growing exports, tourism, industrialization, and the anticipated benefits of the oil and gas sector, Uganda remains and the many success stories showcased during the recent PDM assessment tours across the country. The responsibility now rests upon all of us to emulate the spirit of our heroes by placing let us protect the gains as we made and work tirelessly to secure an even brighter future for generations to come. It's now my singular honor and privilege to invite Her Excellency the Vice President
and yesterday you presided over their swearing in. I thank you on behalf of all of them for the trust you have put in us to serve government in this Kisanja of no sleep and no snoring. And in addition, Your Excellency, Catechist
Orwa kabiri
hati ejimpaha niskabu kwera mara kuzaha bijuma ebitera ebyata hata apo yaya tikabati ereta chine mugasho aho kwati noragigura omugasho gwera beyine no kujinyiga ukiyamunka nka wine kunkana bwora bona abo kuba ejo wine nayo kuza kugicencura ngo etaguma mu akantu na era teganisa by the way apo no mu compound nanyenzine abahinji abantu bona bine compound no bokore mbarra funa apo yawe ninge mwibiri 3 ozibyaro musiri omumbi omu compound yawe otubuze tukusomese tukabura kusomesa
mwenu kwa kworyokwe orkwenda kwejumbira omukwinge chingwechi rebeka ng program age orwa kabiroru shahina zechiro buzimazima tiyakufera.
kwenda kongera umuhereza umubyemizano utaferwa program y'akadirisa buri rwa kashatu turi kwishaho ibyafayo by'abazani n'ibiri kubakwataho. Akadirisa nikakorwa ganda mazoba arwo kubanza no rwa katano kugashamwenda okwisa shamwenda necwe kazihangwe aha TV West nehinda.
Empaka zo kuronda muhinji orakizayo omu Uganda ziryaha oramanya muhinji ningo mulisa arongera mutinda amusharuro ye alejumbera mu kuhangahanga akaleta empinduke ndunje mu bantu obu nibwo bwire bwo kumutorana niyo vision akwatanise na embassy ya Netherlands nabo barakolengana nabo eriera rongora enkora birungi omuryo buhinji no bulisa ne chemba guiguga ne chasirinje miliyoni 150 hamwe n'uruzinduko buri kimwe cyona cyashurigwe okuza Netherlands habwa abahinji n'abalisi 13 abarabembera bando mu mpaka eza Best Farmers Awards okumutorana leta baruha hari office yona ya Vision Group omwihanga ninga sindika SMS Uganda's Best Farmers ote izina ryeye enamba yesimu yeye oyohera zari 9338 abahinje n'abalisa nimwe murabasa kwetorana zishashishwe DFCU Bank, KLM, Royal Dutch Airlines na Cowdice okulongora abalisa n'abahinje abaleta empinda hinuka mu Uganda.
Twegiteho aha programu yareba hindijire ahitiro bantu kwegesa okuwa kubasa kushikiriza biroto byawe.
Kona beninde bantu kandi tegatika ngo uza kushwera nabasa kuba naga ko mwikuru ayineke mwani ni expectations zetu na benyine konkana amawani ekeriyo kujya ngo ushwe bomusheja okutina hanga.
Natabantu tayisa abantu abarabero mbintu nyamwinji konka bakatunge cyo barakwenda.
Ituntu twatugamba rungereza.
Mazima.
Excuse me sir. Although you are a teacher, we cannot keep quiet when you are leading us astray. Niho nahurire headmaster yemerera nawe yagamba kanta kataranye bire. I know. Familiarity breeds contempt. Headmaster yayoruga. Very good for.
Yega kurabiro mbinte baraberemu otunje kumanya no kwetegereza rero tunje kishumuruzo cyo kwangura kandi okega no kubicira nyensi
kurunugira ngo toragire mu kanisa buriya bu school fees bura ukaba no yegomba kushoma kintu profession cye wabenoko
abashomeza kunabemba rebo mu ishomero ndabari smart bakabajwara bashomeza bitu bajwara impare ngufu na za stocking ndengwa za kaki
abajenyi bitu no babana batuganirira aha binte baraberemo kandi no bababina no bahabuzi obwa kubasa kukuyamba kushikiriza biroto byawe
ranga kandi eto munsi konkanyizire kugashaki ndyaye gasiraki ndya kuna kuferi zoba abandebire baryagambaki
reba hindijire nebereho buri Sunday shahina zekiro aha TV West Honga. Oine chiroto cyo kwombeka noyenda kutunga kumanya no kwega kurgo mbahangu twegiteho aha program y'ebyogombeki ayituruko bantu tayira ba engineers bari kutuganirira buri kimwe ocho ine kumanya
because of mistakes. Governance had collapsed. Education health had collapsed. So really the choice was between survival or continue bleeding like has happened in some of the other countries. Because even today you can get countries in Africa which are bleeding, even today. But here we said no. This can be stopped. And that's why we had the student movement initially linked up with the peasants, the rural people, and we were able to create this capacity. I'm glad that some of them are here. Kabandu is a young one. I don't remember him at all. But Nume was there. Nume is there. was our chairman in Katokangiri. We had the elders are there who joined us. And what were our aims? Aim number one was democracy. Let the people choose their leaders. In 1962, no more elections for 18 years until 19. Until 1980, 18 years, elections again. Why? Because in 1966, we were supposed to have elections in 19... Come here. We were supposed to have elections in 1967, but they were cancelled. Because 1966, Obote fought with Mutesa. And that fighting between Mutesa and Obote was due to bad politics, politics of tribes, religion. That's what caused that problem. Then we get Amin coming in 1971, and when Amin comes and says, I'm the one, I'm here for, I'm the leader for life, whether they elect me or not. So that's how we had 18 years of no elections. Now, in 1980, when we defeated Amin, we were supposed to have elections, but our people refused to organize them. UPC. And we tried to talk with them, no way. They would go and declare candidates. Like in West Nile, they stopped the other candidates from going to register, and they were declared unopposed, the UPC candidates. In Tororo, Changomacho, a professor, they said no, he cannot read and write, that he can't, they cancelled him. And we were begging UPC, please, please, please. They wouldn't listen. So that was the first reason, democracy. Then the second reason was security. Security, killing people. So, then the economy, infrastructure, education, health, all those were down. For instance, if you take like health, even by the time we came in 1986, when we launched what we were calling UNEPI, I remember I launched UNEPI, Universal National Expanded Program for Immunization. I launched it with Dr. Gunda in Entebbe. By that time, 96,000 children were dying every year from the 6 killer diseases: measles, the 6 of them. We immunized, those have polio. If you look for anybody with polio now, you will not see him. Anybody with polio, You know that he was born during the time of UPC. That's a UPC disease, polio. And this vaccine, these vaccines were there, but these were the reasons. Therefore, when you are auditing the aims of the resistance and the achievements, please go by item, democracy, economy, security, infrastructure, education, health. Of course, there are other things which I don't have to go into, like the reputation of Uganda abroad and so on and so forth. As somebody who has been following, I think we have done well. That's why the economy has expanded. The problem of, if you say, for instance, economy, the problem is no longer the supply of goods, because there was Ebola into shortages. Ebola, even if you had money, you had nothing to buy. Now the problem is different. There are so many wealth creation. So this is number one. Therefore, I want to thank the veterans who joined us, civilian veterans, the armed veterans, to achieve this, to defeat an army of the government which had all the weapons. I thank them so much, and even those who are not here, I want their families to be saluted. Thank you so much. Now, after we won victory, we had to stabilize the country. But at the same time, I was aware in my head about the veterans' welfare. How they Ntandikwa was supposed to be for only the rural area. But as he says, we spread it to the whole country. Because we could see the jealous, why Ruero? We said, okay, let it go to the whole country. And because it started in 1997 in Tandikwa, Samba Mugerwa was the Minister for State for Ruero. Now, it is true, originally the idea was Ruero Triangle, but then there was jealous. People are now saying, oh, why Ruero, why not? So we said, okay, let it be for the whole country. But we did not forget Ruero. Because later on, I called a conference at Chankwanzi. 800 people came, the leaders. They came, 800. So I evolved a formula which I presented to them. The formula was the leaders, if you were a chairman or a member of the Secretariat Committee or the member of the elected committees which were elected later by the ones of the brother of my RDC, what was his name?
Fazale Oseguya.
The brother of Samaguzi, my former RDC.
Katamba.
Yes.
Katamba.
Perez.
Perez, yes. If you are either a member of the Secretariat Committee or the ones of the elected ones of the Muslim boy, the Muslim boy whom had our chair, he was fighting with Katamba, Kasozi. If you are the Kachiko of Kasozi or Katamba, you also get these leaders. If you gave a Chibira, you harbored the camp. If you were a guide, like my guide from Mondlane to Semto to Makurubita. What is the name? Senkari. Yeah. Senkari. You get 5 million. Katugenda kuyita bakabandu abo bandage sente ezo. Bakabandu ngenda kubayita mwenna. Katonda kyandese wano. We said each one of these gets 5 million. And not only him, even his wife gets 5 million also. Because, like, for instance, if you had like Chigongo, if you had like the one of Kangave, the Mzee of Kangave,
Mzee
Kabugo. Mzee Kabugo. He would get 5 million, and his wife would get 5 million. And this was long ago. 5 million was a lot of money that time. Then, if you are a guide like Senkari, guide the one who used to lead us, Senkari, the short man Mutebi, was he called Mutebi? The one from Wakiso from Semoto to Makurubite also, the short man. Then the one who led us from Nakaziwa to Chikandwa, Bomboka. I know all those people by name. Bomboka, the one-eyed, the one with one eye. So when Bomagala Kulima Mulimba Varala, Mulindemveo, Mujemulimbe. Because here I know everybody by name. So we said any of those leaders, member of Security Committee, member of the elected committee of Kasozi and Katamba, guide, ndo the militia inaitwa Mtekamu. They are those who joined the militia. Each one of these gets 5 million shillings. And which year was this when we started?
2009.
Yes, long ago. 20 years from now. Then we said anybody else who was supporting, not a leader, but supporting, gets 1 million. That time,
1.5.
Huh?
1.5.
1.5. Okay. Kati mulaba akakade kyekakoze kati. Akakade kolwaleero. Kakoze ekintu ky'amaanyi. You can imagine the akakade n'ekitundu obudde obwo. This was a lot of money. I can show you Rashida. Show them Rashida of Mpigi. So they are looking for the camera. How much have we spent on that casino? Okay, Katsoke tulabe Rashida.
Amanya gange yenze namulu Rashida. Omutuuze w'ekyalo Kasaka district Butambala Gombe Town Council. Izo omu ku baasookera ddala okuganyulwa mu ssente za PDM mu sako yaffe baali bagiyita Kasaka Enterprise Group gotire yalingi. Kakati ssente nazifuna ku simu message yajja nga nfunye 1 million. Kakati neesanyuka nnyo ne ngamba yiri yaddala bino nenkubira ku chairman wa PDM. Chairman n'angamba byaddala mzee abawadde ssente. Nenziruka ku Centenary Bank nenzijjako nenfuna emitwalo 9,914. Kakati nenkoma wewaka nensooka nenkola research wewali embuzi ennungi. Ne bandagirirayo ekyalo bakiyita Mabanda kiri mu Kibibi Town Council. Nengenda nengula embuzi 3, embuzi 3 nezigula emitwalo 25 emitwalo 75. Nengulako n'ennume. Ennume yali ntototo kuba nalaba nga nja kugyetaaga mu maaso eyo. Ennume nenjigula emitwalo 15, nensigazaawo emitwalo 914. Nensooka nenkubako ekiyumba ekiri temporary. Kakati bwe mmala okikubako ekiri temporary nembeera n'embuzi nezirunda. Katonda n'ayamba embuzi ne zazaala abaana 2. Kakati ozazaala abaana 2 nempeza embuzi 10. Kati olw'okuba nti embuzi zaali ziyazenga nina obwetaavu bw'ekiyumba nentuulako embuzi 2 nazitunda emitwalo 4 nenzimbako ekiyumba kino kyemulaba mwe zibeera kati. Kakati zino era nga bwe muziraba zino zonna embuzi 3 ziri mawako. Kati nsuubira ate ofunkulizinga ennamba esinga ate ku zino. Kakati mu mbuzi muno njijjamu maniwa n'atuyambako nze n'omwami wange ne tuteeka mu mmwanyi. Emwanyi ne zinyirira era kati
you can see now Rashida got 1 million and in no time she bought 3 goats, each one 250,000, 750,000. Then now we have not finished the story, but she already had 10 goats now. They had produced. And now, because they have got goats, they had the manure for the coffee. So yes, the 1 million. So bakabandwa million yange n'ekitundu ey'N29 njagala mundage byakola kubanga sibalambulangako. The 5 million for omusajja, 5 million for omukazi. If you are a leader, kubanga twabagamba nti okulembeze tuwali wa musajja bwoka yeka. Like Mchala Kabugo she was like a co-leader. Mchala Kigongo, where we had the conference. Mchala Rurika, where Yalna Bakazi Babiri, the active one was the younger one. So mugende mulimba abalala. But I have not been following up these things of yours. I've been giving you money. How much money have we spent on that? The casino?
From Schedule 1, since 2008-9 financial year, total is 231 billion 628 million.
231 billion. Yes. 231 billion has been spent on that. So, I need this meeting with the veterans. The committee of Jacobo Musajja of Asimwe. And then this is the committee of Sedung is now old man. He doesn't follow. It is these younger ones who are following. That. So we need to this. What happened? 231 billion. How many of the 5 million were got? And how many of the 1.5? Then we didn't stop there. 2013. When I started Operation Wealth Creation, yatandikira Luwero. I told Sare, first give seedlings to the families of the veterans. So ko owereze amaka g'abalwanyi. Seedlings ez'emmwanyi, ez'ebibala, ebyamagana, first give the veterans. And he spent like a year or two doing that. So I said, abazirwanako obamazi nti mbamazi. Obatuuseko bona nti mbatuuseko. Okay, kale obaze kutuukako abazirwanako. Now Gabira Abarara. This is how I did it. So I will get Sare's list. Sare should be in that meeting. With his list. Nefa Baganda tunenge rozofi. For Baganda bomurukola. Ekitata buyima tekimala konti. Wadde ebibyo nabaddewo. Katonda kyatulese wano. So we are going to have a meeting and find out what happened to all this money. The 231 billion does not include the seedlings of Operation Wealth Creation. That's separate now. Kati akasikano kabanda okayogerako tebandigenziyo kubanga betwasooka mpozo oluvannyuma nawulirako no, but that one doesn't apply kubanga oluvannyuma bagamba nti abamu abazirwanako tebalina ttaka. Okay, oba temwalina ttaka naye wafuna akasiimo genda okola ebirala ebiteetaaga ttaka, because the kasiimo was in cash. It was not. It was cash. The Kasimo was in cash. The seedlings were the ones you could say were not very netaka, but chibanja, but the cash you didn't have to have chibanja. So therefore, in spite of all those efforts, we are now going to meet again, and we are not, even if the veteran died, the children are there. We shall see how to give, I'm glad you have formed circles, and those circles should preferably not too far, because when you say where is too big. That's why I like the PDM. PDM is in a parish. So maybe the circles here could be, we shall discuss. Should it be by the command areas, because we had Black Bomba, we had Mondlane, we had Nkuruma, we had Ngoma, we had Chiwanguzi. Should we follow that, or we shall see? Kubanga sagala abantu baffe bagende wala okusaka sente wala. Kiba kirungi bakolere obuweereza babuje awali okumpi. Now, nze enkola yange esirana n'abaavu. Nabagamba nti sagala kulirana n'abaavu buli wembeera. Kulwaki kubanga ntya omwenzi ndi mukristaayo njagala kugenda mu ggulu saagala bamalayika banzigalire tugwe omusajja omugaga olinga wali omugaga w'omu bayibuli eyalina obugaga wano ku nsi bwe yatuuka mu ggulu ne bamusindika mu geyeena yo nsonga mbagamba nti buli wembeera ndina okugezako okusitula embeera y'abantu. So you can show them my kisozi. Nina amaka 12 kategori 8 naye kati wenjogerera bonna kati tulabe kisozi. Or you don't have them? You don't have?
Nundayo nimanyi
Ruwadechi if you are going struggling with it, once we shall see it. In Kisozi, what I've been doing has been to give free seedlings to the farmers, also giving them other materials for plant and breeding. So in the Rueda Triangle, I have got my government land in Kaumu. I will now use Kaumu to produce seedlings and give again. I have land in Ngoma. I will use that land also to produce seedlings there, government land, so that the children of the veterans get seedlings. So that's not a problem. Meeting veterans, very good. We shall organize. After July, like August. Now, the issue of a nyumba is the one which is a bit tricky, because the people are many, they are not few. That is my group of Kisozi.
Ni musajja mulimi nundayo nimanyo kusinga nimanye mwanyi ni makasoli ebitooke nalanse n'okulima ennyaanya naye njaga kwebaza nnyo President Museveni kubanga yasanga tutumanyi kyakukola. Kusooka nga ettaka lyaffe lyerisinga obulungi wano mu district y'e Gombe naye ettaka lyonna nga mbizi za mu nsiko mwe zisula. President bwe yatuweereza abatusomesa ne batuyigiriza engeri gy'osobola okulima emmere bwe twava mu mmere kati abasooka okulabuka ate kakati tuli basajja bagagga. So ekitiibwa kyonna kyonna kiriibwa President Museveni. Okusooka nga President yampa ebitooke nalima yika 5 ebitooke ebyo nakuŋŋanya miliyoni 27 mu bitooke. Endala ezaweerera abaana ze nalya naye sizibala naye buli nafunanga katugeze miliyoni 1 nga nteekako emitwalo nga 3 oba 5 nesevinga miliyoni 27. Kakati mu sizoni ewedde emmwanyi zokka nga nzigyeko ze nateekamu kubanga nze ebiseera ebisinga sibala zetaddemu saagala kuzibala. Njagala bwe mmala ze njagala okukubuulira ge magoba nafuna miliyoni 15 nenyongerako sizoni eyo ey'emmwanyi nenzimba ennyumba yali ya miliyoni 93 nenjizimba era naawe eri nagulawo obuguzi nagulawo miliyoni 9 waliwo yikemu n'ekitundu. Nina abaana 6 bona bali kusomera kati ekyo nakyo magoba nguzeeko ebibanja kubanga fe abalimi obudde bonabona golowoleza mu kulima kati mukaseera wobeera ekifo kiba tekikumala kirala nengulamu mulo motoka nagigula $48,000 ebirala nunzeeko ninayo obute butono ate ninayo n'obubuzi bwange neera nabwo buva mu mwanyi pulezidenti zampadde naye tulina ebitusomooza ekisooka emwanyi zino zirina akawuka tusobola okulabako nga bino kubanga abatuyigiriza abalimisa batugamba nti ogenda obinojjola kugeza nga kino kati okalaba kano kati amakungula gakano gandibadde ngaagakano oba kano naye kati sigenda kufunako kubanga akawuka kakano ekisooka kino ekintu kino kikulu nnyo nasaba pulezidenti atuyambe kubanga kati ffe abenegomba teretaala yaffe buli kimu kyetufuna kigwe tukaabira kintu kino alina okutuyamba okuleeta abakugu tulya kiki tuyinza okuzaako olwakantu kano kubanga kasobola okulya yiika kubanga yiika tulowooza nti oba okola bulungi osobola okufuna kati okugeza nga guno omuti nsobola okuggyako kiro 8 kakati kiro 8 buli sizoni enkalu kati kiro y'emwanyi enkalu ogula sinye 52 kati oyinza okubisa n'olaba sente zengenda okufuna nafunye kiro 8 kyokka bw'oba na bino kiro 8 tezisobola kuwera n'olwekyo njagala okusaba pulezidenti nga nvudde ku kyakawuka atwongere ensigo seedlings ensigo ennungi zeyatuwa simbi.
So this is the program again, which Saleh had started with, but this time we are going to repeat it and see directly. I will also be involved directly and find out why, what is the problem. Now, finally, 2 points. One is the hospital in Entebbe. It is true, PPS, it is true that because I support when the veterans are sick, I treat them. But I treat them in Nakasero, government, private hospitals, too much money. So I said, why don't we use Entebbe Hospital to treat these veterans? But it seems I have not followed it up. Should we follow it up and we stop squandering money in private hospitals? Now, finally, the issue of the museum. That one, we shall buy that land in Megade, because where you are saying is opposite where we had a camp. We had a camp on the left, but the land you are talking about is on the right as you face Gulu. So we shall buy it and build a museum there. So kabandu atugenda kusinkana tuyite mu bitabo obuwumbi 231 bwalaga ku address ki bwalaga wa. So then we shall find out if there is any family which didn't get, there are 5 million they will get. And if they had got it, especially at that time, it was a lot of money, 5 million. Even now, abantu bange bana bafunye akakada akamu, only 1 million, they have moved. Embizi, embuzi, obumyu, sekoko, endiga. You can show them a girl called Opio. Let's see Opio last.
Anya PVK, aburi wan tin mama aliyeri sel ti banya word. My town council, the Lira district.
Her name is Apio Viki, a resident of Aling Risel, Banya Ward, my town council in Lira district.
Agam Tiana PDM,
She got the money for PDM in 2023. 970,000 and then 30,000 remaining in the bank. She planted maize. She bought maize 15 sackets. 30,000 each sacket. She used it, actually she planted it in the 3 acres of land. Preparing the garden cost her 150 for the 3 acres. Weeding cost her 50,000. Then spraying cost her 40,000. Time for harvest 10. She used the family members and then the neighbors. Then she bought lunch, food for the people for the family which cost her 20,000. And transporting it from the garden to home cost her 50,000. She came and then she removed it from the cup. It gave out 45 sacks. She sold 40 bags. And she got 2,800,000. That was the first season. That is our first plantation. Out of the 2.8, she decided to keep 1 million aside for farming again. She used 1 million for buying ships, 10 of them.
Now you can hear this Opio girl. She had nothing, but she got the 1 million. She didn't even have her own land. She hired 3 acres, rented 3 acres from another person, where she planted maize. And she harvested 45 bags. After harvesting 45 bags, she sold 40 and got 2.8 million. From 1 million, she now got 2.8. And then she used, I think, 1 million to buy those sheep you see now, the sheep you see. So she has gone from 0 to maize to sheep now. And when I went for the campaign, she had 60 sheep. She was a rich woman now. And she had bought her own land. She was no longer renting. So my veterans who got 1.5 million, eyasembayo atali mukulembeze yali awagira buwagizi abomukyalo baffe bwe twayitangako nakuwubira buwubizi oyo twamuweereza 1.5 million. Abakulembeze bonna n'abakyala baabwe, because like for instance Kisitu, do you remember Kisitu? Kisitu of Ruenkonji.
Ephraim.
Kisitu. His widow told me, his widow, there's a widow who is still surviving. When I was walking, when I was on the trek, yangama tize nagenda nefune zange 5 omukyala yafuna. Kisitu yafuna n'omukyala nafuna. So this is a lot of capital, 5 million. So oba waliwo obunafu mu kukozesa esente ezo oba tezituuka, we shall find out. So veterans in the whole country, I'm very happy to have had this chance to communicate with you. And I'm glad Kabandwa raised the issues. And I've also given me the information, I've given you the information which I have. So, for our Uganda government, ezibuka teziraganye zikuba nempowa, but let's now see how we can coordinate better. That birds, when they fly without coordination, they collide. But let's now see how we can really get Uganda and ekitata muyima nekimala konte kasabera n'obulamu wadde ntezifudde. Sente zino obazaawa sente zino obazaawa obazaalagawa obuwumbi 230 obuwumbi 230 ezo zakasiimo teziriko endokwa ezo endokwa zasala ezo ziri bali, but we shall get it. So congratulations. Thank you for supporting the NRM. Katonda ababere.
Thank you, Your Excellency. I would like to request that we stand up for the anthems, starting with East African Community Anthem.